As I've interviewed you over the years, of course, I asked you about the virgin thing because it was a huge part of your storyline on the shows. And you've kind of said different things about why you had made that choice to be a virgin.
Yep.
Does the book get into that more? Like, how much of it was those Christian values that you'd grown up with?
I think now that I'm like taking a step back, I was so insecure because I was still questioning why is this hard for me to put into words? Like, why can't I just say it's because I'm a Christian and because I believe you should wait till marriage? It's like, because that's not 100% accurate. That's not the 100% sole reason why I am a virgin. I just feel like it's an important value of mine that I hold close, but there is so many things that go into it, and I do get into it in the book, between my parents' divorce in college sort of messing me up, between getting bullied in grade school and in high school, and literally Googling, am I gay? How do I know if I'm gay? Why don't I want to have sex? And then internalizing it all and sort of just moving forward with football. I think it's a mixture of all those. Now that I can look back and be like, that's what made me me. I mean, there is no one thing that's on your road that changes your life. There's very rarely that one instinct, and that's the case with this virginity. It's not just one thing. I wish I could say it was all God, because I know that's, what he wants for us, but it's not. That's not the case.
Well, for you to open up and share that you questioned your sexuality from being bullied, that you Googled, am I gay? Those are huge things to share with people. What conclusions did you ultimately draw about yourself as you explored and questioned all that?
Well, I could say this: I never acted on anything. I think that there was questions there, and like I said, I either internalized it or moved forward with football. And The Bachelor, for me, going on The Bachelor was a way for me not to be able to run from a relationship, not to be scared, and to open up. And I've said that, I think, to you before in an interview, is I'm so grateful for the franchise for helping me grow, but they continue to allow me to have these moments of self-reflection, to realize, hey, maybe this is why I am the way I am. And I think that that's what's been so cool and what was so therapeutic about writing this book in the first place. Is it was challenging at times to really push myself and really ask myself some of the difficult and hard questions to really figure out who I am as a person.
So what did the shows teach you about your sexuality?
I mean, obviously that I'm straight and that I'm very, very attracted to Cassie and women, but it would have been okay if I was the other way too. I think that's like the biggest message that I have for people is I was stuck in a hyper masculine culture with football, growing up in a conservative faith-based family and walking with God, and that saying, hey, I can't walk with God and be gay. And that's not true. And saying, hey, I can't play football and be gay. And that's not true. But I lived within those boxes and within those walls and within those areas because that's what I was told. So I think that was like more so the struggle for me was like, how do I talk about this with anybody? And I didn't. And that's where I think it sort of was frustrating because I didn't have a friend to talk to. I didn't want to talk to my parents about it. I mean, I remember I put in the book, there was a rumor going around my high school that I was gay because I broke up with one of my girlfriends at the time. And my mom, it even got to my mom, where my mom was pulled me aside and said, we'd still love you if you were gay. And I was like, well, I appreciate that, but like, I got to figure this out. So it was a little awkward.
It's interesting for you to say that the shows really kind of confirmed your sexuality for you, because that's a huge chunk of time for you to be questioning all that, but like in high school and in your 20s. Because how old were you when you went on the shows? 25, 26?
Yeah, I was 25 when I first went on. And I think the show, I mean, obviously not only confirmed that for me, but it helped me confront that feeling because, I mean, you guys probably didn't pay attention to it as much as I did, but even when I was announced or even when people said I was a virgin, there was headlines saying I was gay, saying I was closeted, saying that I'm doing this for attention, that I'm really like, even now I still battle gay rumors when I'm with Cassie, but that's how it was for me as a young kid in grade school and high school. And I can deal with them now, and I can look at them and be like, okay, like take your shots. And I understand because people sometimes when they don't understand, they have to get from point A to point B somehow. And that's a line that they draw. And that's just what they do to make sense of things in their mind. Yeah. But I want, if if anybody takes anything from this or is going through this, if I help one young man or one young woman go through something that they're struggling with to let them know that they're not alone, then I consider the book a huge success.